Hello everybody, welcome to the Morning Metro. It is December 1st, 2017. Oh, I screwed it up. Screwed it up. December 2nd. Oh, you know what happened? Oh my gosh, I can never get it right, ever. No matter how hard I try. I actually forgot to retitle the document that it was December. Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. Alright, whatever. So hi everybody, welcome to Morning Metro. I screwed up again, as always, but that's okay. December 2nd. I know, Hunter! I know! RIP headphone user, so sorry. Oh my gosh, Hunter. He says, December 2nd, terrible, no, sacked, fired, blame the sickness. Yeah, Zottle, yeah, very true.
Looks like I just got a promotion. Yeah,
right. Oh, so now you've got to find a new host, because I'm done, I'm out of here, bye.
Bye. Come back.
No, seriously. Okay, no, seriously. Nope, it's not the second. It's Christmas. Okay, Christmas season, whatever. There's some people that actually would beg to differ with me. It's kind of annoying. I've had a couple arguments with people that it's like, even though it's not Christmas, no, it's the holiday season. It's still the Christmas season. Deal with it, you know? But yeah. Okay, Grid's done. I'm out too. Olivia Lover, come on. Alright. So, first of all, in case you guys are wondering if I sound terrible, I have a cold. I'm still trying to get over it. So, I'm going to be temporarily indisposed, maybe during times of the show, so I'm terribly sorry. Gertron, you're going to have to wing this today. I'm going to dump it on you. Responsibility. The weight of the show is on you.
Sounds like fun.
So, but anyway, yes, actually, how are you, Gertron? Hopefully not sick, because everybody's been getting sick lately. It's ridiculous.
Well, it's everybody. It's that time of year for everybody to start getting sick. In fact, I was getting sick earlier this week, but I took about 5,000 milligrams of vitamin C 3 times a day, and not only did I have the runs, but I was also feeling better.
I don't think people need to know that you had the runs. That was a bit much, but yes. But at least it's good. At least, hey, if I guess better than not everybody. Yeah, I know. Not everyone, just you, Grid. Haha. Zonal. Wow. I'm sick. Live Lover, I'm so sorry. You have my prayers and stuff like that.
Take vitamin C.
There you go. Yeah, and cayenne pepper tea is actually really good too. You dump some red pepper in tea, actually drink it slowly with about 3 or 4 things of honey, actually. Really good for your throat. Helps kill the bacteria in your throat. So there's a helpful tip from Morning Metro. Gruds, no. Hunter is like, Hunter's like freaking out. Fired. Oh my gosh. Hunter is like hyper today.
We're both fired now.
Oh, wow. Get well soon. Thank you, Zono. All right, before we continue with any more shenanigans, Gertrude, I'm going to dump it on you on the first article, so let's go. Bam.
Bam. Okay, so Google collects data on Android users' locations when location services are turned off, says the report. According to FoxNews.com, a news report shows that Google has been accessing data about Android users' locations even when the user believes that the data is being kept private. Go figure. You think something's private, it's really not. According to a report from Quartz, Google has been able to access user data about their locations due to Android phones collecting addresses of cell towers. That data is then sent back to Google, which may be an invasion of privacy. The report goes on to say that in January of this year, we began looking into using cell ID codes as an additional signal to further improve the speed and performance of message delivery. A Google spokesperson told Quartz, however, we never incorporated cell ID into our network sync system, so that data was immediately discarded, and we updated it to no longer request the cell ID. The report then continues to say, to ensure messages and notifications are received quickly, modern Android phones use network sync systems that require the use of mobile country codes, otherwise known as the MCC, and mobile network codes, otherwise known as the MNC.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to say actually that I was kind of aware of this being a thing. Because I saw a video from Tech Quickie where they were talking about how does Google get real-time data about traffic conditions, and it was because that the location services on your Android phone. This is my Note 4, in case anybody's wondering. Samsung Note 4, love it. Need a new battery, but I still love it. that the location service on your phone is basically they detect how fast you're moving from cell site to cell site, which then is gathered in a global sort of network of sorts that gives live traffic conditions to Google Maps. So essentially, yes, you are being always tracked with as long as you have your phone with you. If you don't, it's at home, well then, you know, whatever. But that's, you know, that's how I kind of was aware of this article. And honestly, like, here's what's annoying to me. We're just now complaining that location services is a problem when we've had them for years. Yeah. Like, people, like, hello, Google's been building this for years and you're just now. Why is it that we always have these articles that come out months after the issue? Months after, like, we already knew this kind of stuff. What is this? Like, are people just now like, oh, duh. Yeah, duh. We've had it for a while. Well, Apple's been doing it. Apple's probably one of the first people to do it, I think. And then Windows. And then people complain. Okay. Little rant. I have a rant. I'm so sorry. Okay. So we were okay with Apple tracking our information, having all of our data in their cloud, right? Yeah. But then when Windows 10 came out, everybody freaked out. I'm like, guys, Apple's had it for years. Hello? You're just now having a problem with this?
Here's my thought on it. People ran out of things to complain about, so they started finding new things to complain about. They knew about it. They didn't have a problem with it. But then they found out that maybe one person did. So they're like, you know what? We want to complain about it. So let's have some fun.
There's always something to complain about. It's annoying. It's like the horse is left, and now you're closing the door. Hello? I just, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to use location services, obviously there's going to be some, you know, you're going to have some worry that somebody somewhere, for whatever stalkerish reason, wants to track you, which is really weird. But here's the thing.
Sorry.
Here's the thing. I'll let you have your say. I promise. I love her sitting there just like, yes. Technically speaking, whenever we do software installs on our computers, phones, whatever, we automatically agree to a terms and condition, basically. Yeah. And when you set up your phone, you basically agreed to all the long legal stuff that you agree to your terms and conditions that your device is going to be tracked. So, I mean, you shouldn't be, don't complain because you technically just agreed to a contract, basically. Every device that has a TOS, or I accept terms and conditions, or I've read them or whatever, nobody reads them. First of all, honestly, you probably should, but I know it's really long. It would take eternity to read them because it's made by lawyers. Nobody understands them anyway. But like, you know, basically don't complain if you're going to agree to it. If you're not going to agree to, if you not going to agree or complain about or write an article as Fox News did, then don't agree to it. Don't get a phone then or whatever. Gertrude, what's your thought? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I've got a couple things to say here.
Go ahead.
One reason they're probably tracking is advertising purposes.
True.
And they're always going to be collecting data and selling your data.
Yeah.
Things about you as well. So, yeah. Now, second thing, when you start talking about reading the terms of services and agreements and whatnot.
Yeah.
This week, I was on Facebook and I found this article that listed a whole bunch of strange, funny things that were put into terms of services.
Yeah.
And there was one that stuck out to me.
Oh?
Yeah. So another company was buying out a company, and they had agreed on a price, and the lawyers got the documents together, and the company that was selling their company had like a 200-page document. And in one single line in the document, they stated, and you will pay us $2 million every year.
Oh.
Didn't tell them that they put it in there. Let their lawyers read through it. Their lawyers didn't read through it all. They signed it, and then they were like, yeah, you owe us $2 million as well.
Oh.
And they're like, wait, what?
That's
this is why you read
rough.
the terms of services.
That is rough. Dang.
So there were like 30 different examples of things similar to that, putting funny little things in there like that. Like in one, it was a McDonald's agreement when they sold it. Every time the previous owner came in, everybody had to start balking like chickens.
What?
That was part of it. So because they signed it, they had to do it. So it was a very fun McDonald's whenever the owner came around.
Oh man, I feel like I get some fail fish in the Twitch chat here. Oh my gosh, that is so rough. Holy cow. So Olivia Lover writes in chat here. I need to actually start saying in chat here for our SoundCloud listeners. Which, by the way, hello SoundCloud listeners as well. We love you as too. Oh, yeah,
this is true.
This is true. If the purge happened, the first thing I would do is don't read the article. Mwahahaha, with an evil face. Let's see. And also, Olivia Lover says also in chat, you want to know how I personally get around this? I don't have a phone. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was great poetry. Indeed. It's getting annoying that, like, I'm seeing more and more of these articles pop up where people are just, like, complaining about all this stuff. I'm just like, guys, everybody, like, even the people who wrote the article, they have a phone too. And they're writing about the very thing that they own. It's an irony. You're just like, you're complaining about it, but you also have it too. So, I don't know. It just, oh my gosh, it's so dumb. Well, moving on to more things that are dumb. And by the way, this guy's face, his expression is so dumb. But this is about the FCC net neutrality. It's in the news again. Because the FCC is full of a bunch of morons who don't know what they're doing and all should be fired and hired by Twitch, and then they should all be replaced with Twitch streamers, in my opinion, because we know what we're doing. Well, at least I hope we know what we're doing. If not, I feel sorry for you.
Sometimes we do. But, let the people decide.
Right. So the Federal Trade Commission, once again, is basically putting net neutrality under, I guess I would say, under fire in a way. So basically, and Gertrude, you're gonna have to help me out a little bit with this. So, this is basically talking about how that they want to change. Okay, let me go back to our desk here. How they basically charging for the speed of your internet or whatever, and making it that you have like certain sites that are delivered to you faster than others based on like, what was it, price priority or something like that? Is that how that works?
Yeah, well, that, and it depends on who your internet service provider is. So let's say in St. Joe, where I live, we have two separate internet providers, major ones. We have AT&T and Suddenlink. So, for instance, what they're trying to get rid of or enact is that if you have Suddenlink's like, oh, well, we promote these certain businesses, so their websites will load up faster for you. But AT&T promotes these certain businesses, but since you have Suddenlink's going to make any site that AT&T promotes load a little slower. So what ends up happening is it's not equal for everybody.
Right.
Which is dumb.
Hunter says in chat, UK for the win, boys. Nah, I feel sorry for you guys, though. And Olivia Lover also types in chat, oh God, not the net neutrality talk. I know, I'm so sorry, but we need to talk about it because it is important.
It is.
Now, okay, so they've been in talks of this. Now, I unfortunately did not pre-read this article. I am so sorry. I'm going to have to dump it over to Gertrude again, or maybe, did you write some notes about this, dude?
Well, there are notes here. According to FoxNews.com, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this name correctly because it's a fun name.
I think it's Ajit Pai is how you say his name.
Ajit Pai. The Trump-appointed Federal Communication Commission chairman said Tuesday that he plans to repeal the heavy-handed internet regulations and return to the light-touch framework under which the internet developed and thrived before 2015. The move sparked renewed debate between those who applauded President Trump's effort to scale back on regulations and consumers groups and internet companies. Now, me personally, looking at it, I don't know how big of an issue it really is
I think it's just it could be
with
just
the
media
site
hype.
loading slower. How much slower are we talking? I mean, if it's a couple seconds slower, who cares? But if it's like, oh, yeah, so it's going to take you an hour.
2 days later, the site loaded.
Yeah, now that could be a problem.
Right.
But considering that they're wanting to roll it back to something that was before 2015,
What was the internet like before 2015? I don't remember.
I thought it was fine. I used the internet quite a bit, and I thought it was just fine. I didn't have any problems. As long as I had a decent overall internet speed, which I usually did, so...
Yeah.
I think this might be getting a little too much hype. It's possible that it's another one of those attacks on Trump no matter what he does.
Well, there's a very good video by Lack. Sorry, not he doesn't go by Lack. He goes by computingforever.com now. And I wish I don't normally look up videos on the fly. I'm gonna have to actually look up this video on the fly. Okay. There's actually a very good video by him. And side note to you, Gertrude, I think we're gonna have to start making after show notes for people to look at the articles for themselves, actually, if they want to. So that we can dump, because we need to dump articles in the chat for people here. He did a very good video talking about this, and I don't hopefully I can find it. Yes, the consequences of losing net neutrality was a very good video, and I'll dump this in video for you guys to look at your own time, obviously. But he was talking about that. Okay, I don't know if I agree with this per se. But he was saying something effective like it's like the two men want to distinguish themselves politically, between Obama versus Trump, kind of a thing, distinguish themselves politically for doing something good for the internet or whatever, and that this was Trump's move to do that. I don't know if I agree with this, honestly. I think that was just kind of a I don't know exactly if I want to like agree to that or agree with that or something, but I could play a little bit of the video maybe here, because I don't know if actually where in the video he talks about it, but maybe I can play a little bit of it here for you guys on stream. Again, credit to computingforever.com over on YouTube. Check out his stuff. He is an amazing person and he has some good videos, but let's listen here.
Providers may not block access to legal content, applications, services, or non-harmful devices. So obviously, without net neutrality in place, any website could be blocked for any reason, and the excuse given will be, hey, your ISP is a private company. They can choose to present you with whatever version of the web they like. No throttling. Broadband providers may not impair or degrade lawful internet traffic on the basis of content, applications, services, or non-harmful devices. So this would mean that without net neutrality, ISPs could choose to slow down certain services or websites as they see fit. No paid prioritization. Broadband providers may not favor some lawful internet traffic over other lawful traffic in exchange for consideration of any kind. In other words, no fast lanes. This rule also bans ISPs from prioritizing content and services of their affiliates. This is the big one. Without this stipulation in place, the loss of net neutrality would create a two-tier internet. Basically, super wealthy corporations could pay to have faster websites or greater visibility online. The little guy would be squeezed out into obscurity. Some ISPs would offer you access to certain websites that other ISPs wouldn't. It would be insane. With media consolidation happening, it would completely fracture the internet into pieces. This is a major issue I have with President Donald Trump. Now, while I'm all for...
the video is about 11 minutes long or whatever, but he was basically recapping a previous subject talking about net neutrality. So essentially, Gertrude, I'm sure you're probably listening on stream to all that. Yeah. So, thoughts on that before because I feel like I'm going to sound like an idiot if I try to talk about this because I'm still trying to have trouble trying to understand all this.
Well, okay. So before 2015, everything was fine, and I didn't have issues. So I don't see what the problem is going to be here. Again, I think they're making mountains out of molehills.
Yeah.
Which in reality, if they're talking about actually blocking websites because of your ISP, there are ways around that as well. I mean, now, I believe it's North Korea Which one's the bad Korea, North or South?
North Korea.
North Korea, yeah. They block basically everything, and they only have like a couple websites you can actually go to. And when I say a couple, I literally mean a couple.
Yeah.
And you see how you get around that is with VPNs, virtual private networks. So even if your ISP decides to block something, there are ways around that, but in reality, what's the likelihood?
Yeah.
What is the likelihood that they're actually going to block major websites? Look at it like this. If an ISP, if net neutrality goes away, if an ISP decides they're going to block Facebook, can you imagine the backlash?
Oh yeah, it'd be huge.
It wouldn't just be people attacking their ISPs. It would probably be Facebook getting involved and saying, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, exactly.
So, most likely, if they're going to block a website, it's going to be a minor website that nobody really looks at anyways.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Now, I can see where some people are freaking out that this is another way of controlling free speech. Because they could, block or slow down connections to site to the point where people wouldn't want to go to that site anymore. But the user, in the day, in the age of, as they call it, the Internet of Things, there are literally billions of internet users worldwide that, and I mean, if this is only a United States thing, this is stupid. But let's just say theoretically this goes like worldwide, whatever. You're right, the amount of backlash from the, worldwide internet users would be unreal. It would be huge. It would the FCC's phone lines for complaints would explode with backlash. And and that's where, like I say, even if they did change whatever the rules are, whatever, they're still gonna feel the pain from all of us internet users, especially us Twitch streamers, by the way, because there's a lot, and especially us gamers, because there's enough gamers in the world, we could be our own nation, by the way. We could be our own entire nation, which would be amazing. The FCC would feel the pain of some gamer reference I can't make right now, but you know what I mean. But yeah, now let me pay attention to chat here. So, referencing chat for those on SoundCloud. So, Livy Lover writes, so if someone ever watches your YouTube video in North Korea, it's probably Kim Jong-un. Hunter says, even if they revoke net neutrality, it will have a lot of protests against it. Who knows? They may bring it back if the protests went on, and YouTubers also. Livy Lover also quick jumps in here. I seriously think if it does happen, it probably wouldn't be that bad. Maybe?
I really don't think it's going to be that bad. Now, they did talk about what if your local small business got blocked by your ISP. Okay, seriously? Do you really think the ISP is going to pay too much attention to a small business? I really don't even see them blocking websites unless they actually have good cause to.
Yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, it's of no financial gain for an ISP to block a website. If anything, it's more financial gain for them to allow the website because it's more traffic, more revenue, more ads, more support, more charging for the ISP service. I don't think, you may be right, this may be a mountain out of molehill thing, but I don't want to get too I can't think of the word is. I don't want to get too lazy or guess about this or laid back about this. Be like, it's fine. It could be a very real issue. I can see the potential threats that be. Yes. But we would have to just carefully watch and, I mean, granted, not everybody has fast internet like myself and Gertron. I can see this being a pain for the slower user, but it's what, 2017, and most people have fast internet, except if you're on satellite dish, which I feel sorry for you, or in the
satellite,
or in the boonies. So yeah, interesting. Very interesting. We're going to go ahead and move right along here. By the way, why is this page just showing me my personal activity? What was this reference to?
The My Activity portal?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's because that's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Okay, were we supposed
When
to...
you click on it, there's no actual My Activity portal that is generic for everybody.
Oh, okay.
When you click on that, it takes you to yours.
Well, no, what I'm trying to ask was why was this in the article again, or what was this for?
Well, okay, so Google.
Oh, was this for the Google recording thing?
Yep.
Oh, it's out of order. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so sorry. That I derped. I derped. It's my fault.
Derped?
Yeah, I derped again. I'm derping this
Basically,
morning.
on that article. All right, so basically, Google is recording everything you say to a bot right now.
And this is a reference to their Home Assistant, by the way. Yes.
Not just that, though.
Ah.
It's not just that, though. You see, your Android phones that have Google in them, you know, when you say, okay, Google.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In fact, mine just heard me, and my phone was behind me, and it heard me.
That's funny.
So I'm not going to say that again.
Okay, Google.
Oh,
troll. Boy. Continue.
All right. So again, it's not just for the Google Home Assist. It's for anything.
Okay.
Saying okay, Google. Waiting for my phone to hear me on that one. It records all of that. Now, it doesn't just record that. So, of course, this all stems off of the Google Home speaker, but goes on, according to FoxNews.com, a user of Google Home states, for the past year, I've been using my Google Home speaker to ask Google questions about my daily activities. I've asked about the weather, inquired about directions to a local pizza place, and tried to find recipes for blueberry pancakes. Nothing too major. A few times my wife would ask Google about store hours at Costco and find out about the political news. Now, this week, and this is the Google Home user, I found out that my Google records every one of those questions using the My Activity portal. You can also find out everything about your life.
Wow.
There, using the My Activity portal, because it keeps a record of everything. I actually got to look at it, I was like, holy cow.
Okay, now, for you guys to have Gmail or Google account, this is for you. I'm posting in chat for you guys to please bookmark it and save it for yourself. For SoundCloud users, I'm going to read it. This is going to be so dumb. I have to read a URL for SoundCloud users. I'm so sorry. So it's https://myactivity.google.com/myactivity. So for you guys on SoundCloud, that's for you. So basically, once again, Google is tracking you.
Everything.
It's all a ploy.
Now Google's My Activity portal is both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it really does provide a one-stop shop of all your activity across all your various Google properties, like your Android phone, your browsing and Gmail, as well as Google Home Assistant. But it's also a curse because it really demonstrates the level of data that many massive technology companies collect in order for them to profit.
Yeah, that is crazy. So some comments here in chat. Zonal says, "Internet is a human right now, so you would think changing the flow of it would be unlawful." Okay, that must be for a net neutrality thing. Olivia Lover writes in chat, "Isn't it creepy that Siri hears everything you say? Because how else would Siri know you say Siri?" Zonal says he has an echo, and Olivia Lover also says, OMFG, that is actually kind of creepy. Yes, it is. Very creepy.
Indeed. Now, users are typically not aware that they are being recorded. Worse yet, if you do disable the voice recording, it neuters the speaker or other device that rely on Google Assistant for voice commands. For instance, I went a couple days by, turning it off.
Yeah.
And I tried to make a phone call because I'm used to saying, "Okay, Google, call such and such," and it heard me again. Darn you. And it was like, I can't do that because you have me turned off. And I was like, man, because, okay, the feature is kind of awesome to be able to say that phrase.
Right. That phrase.
And it does things for you, and it's nice.
I think mine's turned off on my phone. I've never used OK Google on my phone. Because my thing was I didn't like the idea of it like tracking me or recording things that I said. I think I turned it off initially when I first got my Note 4. I went through all the privacy stuff and switched off. And I can still make calls. Now, what is a little bit creepy, the phone application itself, if I can scroll through my billions of apps on my phone, which is ridiculous. It feels like a lot. Okay, well, I mean, even look at some of the Google stuff, like the Google Play service or the Google Play Store, text-to-speech engine. I mean, all those have some insane permissions on those. But I think on the map, or not the maps, the phone one in particular, I can find it at a lot of stuff. I don't know. I can't find it on here. Okay, whatever.
Okay, while you're looking for that, Olivia Lover states, I definitely didn't. All I knew about me getting tracked is my Google history. And then she goes on to say, wouldn't that technically help hackers in a way?
Yes, it would actually. Yes. That's a good point.
I believe it would, because if they hack your account, then they have access to all of your activity. Now, my suggestion, and what I've kind of decided to do, is every once in a while,
I can't find it, by the way.
Go to your My Activity portal and just clear all the history.
Yeah. So that way you're not you can still keep using it, but at least you can clear it. Now, okay, now wait a minute. Hold on, let's back up for a sec. You could hit clear. Question is, did it actually clear it? Because it could look like it's cleared for us, but still saved for them. Gertron?
Oh, I was engrossed in something else.
Oh, okay.
I was actually on the My Activity listening to the previous two times. It actually recorded my voice saying that I can play it, and it has what I said before the actual phrase.
Wow.
So that proves right there that it actually is recording everything. But once you actually say that phrase, it must backtrack a few seconds, record that. That is crazy. And it was how quickly. I mean, it literally tells me everything I've done. Okay, so I'm done looking at the My Activity portal because that scares me.
Yeah, right.
So what were you saying?
Well, I was clearing my notes, so sorry about that. So let's see. Mob Farmer says in chat, if this hasn't been covered, activate two-factor authentication and add a password code for your cell phone. We've talked about two-step, and I've stated my opinions about two-step. It is on an episode. I think it's on one of our November episodes of the Morning Metro. And I don't agree with it, but whatever. But that's, yeah, like if Google gets hacked, which nothing is ever free from being hacked.
Mm-hmm.
That is that much more data available to a hacker. Yes, I could actually see that being very very feasible for that. So I mean, that is definitely all the more to freak out and be like, basically, yeah, that's some more data that the hacker has on you. I didn't think about that. That is pretty scary.
And that is, and Olivia Lover goes on, wait a bloody second. What if you say your password? It would record it. Now, my thinking is, and I completely agree with you, Olivia Lover. My thinking is, it's recording you 24/7 if you have it on. I'm thinking that's actually what's going on here, but when you actually go to your My Activity portal and you've actually said that particular phrase, which I'm not saying, it only cuts out maybe a few seconds before you said the phrase, and then a few seconds after you and whatever you said for it to actually do.
Right.
So my thing is, it probably has everything, but only shows you what they believe you only need to see.
Right.
So considering that, any conversation you're having is not actually private if you have any device that is connected to the internet or Google in any way.
Wow. That's oh man, that's crazy. I mean, I just prefer, like, if I want to search something in Google, I'm just gonna type it on my phone. I just literally just go to the thing and look it up. Now, my dad, on the other hand, he actually does the thing where he'll hit the button. He'll be like, what do you say, like directions or location to or whatever. Google's probably recording that too, but I don't want to use. The only time I've ever used. Now, here's something interesting. Actually, I actually have used voice search, and I actually haven't. I don't see any of my activity in here, which is interesting. So apparently, whatever I'm gonna have to go look at some of this stuff. Whatever I'm doing apparently hasn't been like recorded into this little portal thing here, which is interesting. And actually, almost forgot, there was a tweet that Wired did. It's a 2-minute video that's in a tweet that I'm gonna actually go ahead and dump in chat again for you guys. So you probably wonder why I'm dumping in there, but hopefully you heard me say that before I did that. Where they talked about this, and for some reason there's no audio because I muted it because I'm dumb.
Wants to get as much of your data
now,
as possible
while you're getting that set up,
it's easy.
I'm already set and ready.
Oh, well, never mind that.
You get
Continue.
complacent, but don't. With just a little effort and awareness, you can keep the info that matters to you safe and know what to do if it gets out anyway. Alexa, are you listening to everything I say?
I only send audio back to Amazon when I hear you say the wake word.
Okay, Google, what are you doing with my data?
We do use data to show ads, but do not share information with advertisers that would personally identify you.
God, honestly, it's so hard to get a straight answer out of a voice assistant these days, but they're good questions to ask. Amazon Echo, Google Home, and other devices that have Alexa and Google Assistant built in, these are some of the most promising new technologies to come along in years. And they're genuinely useful to have around, whether it's to settle a bet, help out with a recipe. But it can also feel a little creepy to have a speaker in your house that's always listening. What exactly is it doing with that info? Where does it go? Here's the good news. While their microphones are always on, Google Home and Alexa don't actually do anything with your voice until you say their wake word, which is usually just OK Google or Alexa. Easy enough. Your fight over who's taking out the trash this time does not leave the house. But what about after you say the wake word? That's when it gets a little trickier. Voice assistants need to be able to pull their information from the entire internet to work properly, which means they send your request back to a faraway server somewhere. Both Amazon and Google, though, let you see what requests have been logged. So you can look in your Alexa app or go to myactivity.google.com and see what Amazon and Google are storing. That's also where you can delete your voice requests if you don't want them lurking on corporate servers somewhere. And you probably don't. And if you're still anxious about Echo and Home, remember that both come equipped with a handy mute button. The Echo's is on top, and Google Home's is in the back. Just remember
there's a mute
that
button.
if they
That's
can't
good.
listen to you, they're basically fancy paperweights.
So yeah, I mean, you can do that, but honestly, just no. It still doesn't make me feel any better. Still doesn't make me feel any better. Nope.
Okay. Zonal says that just set off my Echo.
Okay.
Right.
Boy.
So
That's funny.
Amazon Echo requires a keyword Alexa before it starts recording according to an Amazon Echo speaker, and then a Google rep comes out and says and confirms our beliefs. Google only stores voice-based queries received after recognizing the hot word. Hot word detection runs locally on the device, and if the hot word is not detected, the audio snippet stays local on the device and is discarded. If the hot word is recognized, the data, including the query contents, are sent to Google servers for analyzing and storage in My Activity. And then I can never...
Let me
Farmer.
Yeah, this is good here. Right, this definitely read this comment. I like this here.
If you have an integrated
Integrated
network switch
There you go.
or web managed switch, you can mirror all traffic and then use Wireshark or other look at what traffic is sent and when, or enterprise grade switch. Nailed it.
Yep. Yeah, so that's definitely a way that you can yeah, man. Now, though, the common Joe is not going to go buy a managed switch. I know that.
No,
I mean, they might, but you could. That's actually not too bad, though, using an integrated switch. I never thought about our network managed switch. I wish I had one for my network, honestly. I really do. I would love to invest in one. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna end up burning out this article. But yeah, it is scary. It's just, I really wish this wasn't a thing. But as a geek, and they are cheap on eBay, Mob Farmer, you're awesome. So yeah, this just creepy. Moving on to next thing.
Boy.
U.S. warns public about attack on energy industrial firms. Now this looks pretty juicy. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and read something. And I'm sure there's notes about it because we usually write notes about stuff. Let me scroll down. So according to my show notes, the U.S. government issued a rare public warning that facilitate hackers are targeting energy and industrial firms. The latest sign that cyber attacks on the present on an increasing threat to the power industry and other public infrastructure. The Department of Homeland Security and Federal Bureau of Investigation warned in a report distributed via email late on Friday, this must have been probably a couple of Fridays ago, that the nuclear energy, aviation, water and critical manufacturing industries have been targeted along with government entities in attacks dating back to at least May. The agencies warned that hackers had succeeded in compromising some targeted networks, but did not identify specific victims or describe any cases of sabotage. The object of the attackers is to compromise organized networks with malicious emails and tainted websites to obtain credentials for accessing computer networks of their targets, the report said. U.S. authorities have been monitoring the activity for months, which they initially detailed in a confidential June report, first reported by Reuters. That document was privately distributed to firms at risk of attacks, described a narrow set of activity focusing on nuclear energy and critical manufacturing sectors. All of this probably apparently from foxnews.com. I suppose there's a video apparently, but I don't know. That video is actually not loading for me for some reason.
That's unfortunate.
Let me see actually if this video loads. I don't know. Yep, this is a video that again. Okay, so side note, guys, I know we get a lot of our articles from foxnews.com. I'm really sorry. I have a particular submitter who has been upgraded. I have a particular submitter who Zonal, thank you for a donation of $1. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you. We have a particular submitter that likes to get their sources from Fox News, so I'm going to head and see if the article, let's see if this will play here.
Security analyst and Center for Digital Government senior fellow.
Oh, you know what? You know what Fox News does? They make a video and then they type out their article. So I think actually we can probably just talk about this pretty much without the video here. So basically, and this actually has been talked about for several decades, that the American infrastructure of our power, whatever, is actually actually aging and very susceptible to attacks. I mean, if you look at what is it? Sometime back in 2011. Can you put the link in the chat? I certainly can. Yes, I can.
I'll post it right quick.
I just did.
Oh, yeah.
Beat you to it. Got a hot trigger over here. That sounded weird. Anyway, Die Hard for anyone, Zonal. So basically, it has been talked about for several years that that the America's infrastructure is very vulnerable and is aging. And as I said, back in like 2011, or sometime in early 2000, we actually had a very major I'm gonna say power network failure, where I guess it was like part of the upper half of the eastern seaboard, I think, like lost power for a couple hours or something like that. And I don't know if that was a cause. I don't think it was because of a specific like network attack, but we are very vulnerable in America. I mean, look at the government getting hacked and stuff. So it's like, you know, and I hate this so much. It's like, it's so frustrating. This kills me. We have the technology, without breaking my voice, we have the technology to fix literally everything. But why don't we do it? Because some greedy bugger doesn't want to invest the money in it. And I hate it. Everything is driven by money, and it's not fair. Rather than things being driven by technology, they're driven by somebody's bottom line. It's annoying. And then you wonder why we have problems and we have issues, we have these warnings put out like we do. And it's like, come on. When are you going to get the message? Freak the heck with the money. Get the job done.
Exactly.
Gertron, thoughts? I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, we've had the same power grid for how long now? Everything's breaking down. I mean, when they first put it in, it was nice and shiny and new, but now it would cost a lot of money to upgrade everything.
I know.
But wouldn't it cost even more if all of a sudden the entire electrical company was hacked and there was no power for months?
There you go.
I watched this show called, I think it was called Revolution. And basically what had happened, some private sector was working on some sort of nanite thing or something like that, and it accidentally exploded, and it completely wiped out every electronic device in the entire world.
Wow.
And it also prevented any electronic device from ever working again.
Yeah.
So imagine if something like that happened. I mean, you'd be back into the Stone Age again.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be crazy.
Absolutely.
So they need to get it fixed. And yes, it's going to cost a lot of money, which also probably means that us as far as in America goes, I don't know if everybody here is from America, but it means our taxes would go up.
Yep.
You know, to help pay for some of it, but would it be worth it? Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it's just annoying that, like, we're sitting on we're sitting on vulnerability. We have talked about this on the show so many times. Vulnerability, no virus protection, lack of security. You know, guys, this is getting ridiculous. This should not be an ongoing issue. Yeah, I see some comments here in the chat.
Yep.
Mob Farmer says, patch your systems. Most attacks are preventable if you apply patches. ASP after they are released. If you care about your data.
I want to make a comment before you go on to the next one.
Go ahead.
All right. Making sure you have the patches, the most recent patches installed is great. But what about the patches that haven't even been released yet because they haven't found the security loopholes? Now, just because you keep your system up to date doesn't mean it's completely safe, because the whole point of patches is because they found a hole in the system and say, oh, we found a hole, let's fix it. If they don't find the hole, then there's no patch for it.
That's a good point.
Kind of crazy. Now, I'll go ahead and read. Olivia Lover here states, the thing about this money talk for me is actually kind of sad because, for one, it's like Scrooge. Two, we celebrate Thanksgiving where we say what we are thankful for, but there isn't that much because this world is sadly circled around money. This is true. Now, Zonal states the NHS hacker got here and it was not. I'm not sure what that was actually about. I don't know what NHS stands for.
That's the hospital that got WannaCry.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I know what he's talking about.
Make people cry, probably.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It made a lot of people upset. Matt Farmer also states that most of the recent attacks have been preventable. Usually, I'm not arguing with you, dude. Most of them, yes, have been prevented, but it was only after some system did get attacked. You have to get attacked to know what the vulnerability is. That's why you have people like that's why you have ethical hackers who purposefully hack systems. Now, actually, side note to that, if you do have an ethical hacker, you can actually find what the hack is sooner than the attacker does and patch it before then. So yes, I can see where you were saying that most of them are pretty preventable. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I like to I would love to yeah, Liv just got timed out. I see that link there though.
But it was only for 1 second. I'm just going to one moment.
He's previewing the link here. Yeah, but I don't want to be sitting here. I don't want to be sitting here one day streaming or doing whatever, and suddenly my power goes out. Now, the cool part is my computers are on battery backups, so I can shut them down safely. All my systems are, but I don't want to be sitting here one day and realize that the power's out, and the refrigerator stopped working, it stopped running, and you know, be out for days because some idiot somewhere somehow did not care enough about the well-being of Americans to patch a system that carried electricity to my house. That is unnerving. These people have the power to do this and they don't do it. And that's really stupid. So, Gertrude, what you got over there with the links? So we got a good one there?
Well, basically, it's a YouTube video about a game called Watch Dogs.
Oh, I've heard of it, yes. Yeah.
And I believe after reading through some comments, because there's not a whole bunch of, well, wait. I just see... Oh, it's talking about hacking. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so this might actually be interesting because as far as this here says, the truth about Watch Dogs hacks may be one of the scariest and most real threats we've yet tackled on Game Theory. Basically, they're saying that the video game Watch Dogs is more real life than we really know. So, I'll go ahead and post the link.
Okay, cool.
Wrong link.
But yeah, I mean, it's just I'm gonna end up. I've already stated my thought. I don't have any more to say about this unless you have anything more. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the last article, which is actually a very lighter article, if I may add. Any more thoughts, Gertrude? Are we good on this? Chat, any other more thoughts on this? We good?
I think we're good on that.
All right, go ahead and move on. All right, so there is some good in the world. Thank you, Lord. And we're going to talk about this. Mount Farmer just put in one more. I'll go ahead and read this really quick. Let me go back to our news desk here. Patching is easy for a few systems. My life for the last 18 months is patching 1,200 systems monthly. Wow. 1 week to get patches and then test next week to apply to the devs and test systems. Then the following 2 weeks is patching production. Wash, rinse, repeat. Wow. Crazy, dude. Sounds like fun, though. I wouldn't mind doing that myself. I wouldn't mind having a job like that, because I love breaking and testing stuff. But anyway, so a very heartwarming story. Basically, a homeless veteran gave his last $20 to a woman who was on her way to to visit some friends, and she turned around and made the love grow even more. And I'm going to go ahead and just reference all the photos and just read the captions instead. Driving to Philly one night, I made a mistake of thinking that I'm able to make it all the way down I-95 with my gas light on. I was wrong. I never ran out of gas before, and my heart was beating out of my chest after Kate pulled over and a homeless man approached her I read that wrong. He saw me, pulled over, and knew something was wrong. The man told me to get back in the car and lock the doors because it wasn't safe outside. A few minutes later, he comes back with a red gas can, using his last $20 to make sure I got home safe. Johnny was an ammunition technician in the Marines and had been a firefighter and paramedic before getting hit by hard times. This is some photos of him before. He is truly a great guy. He was one of our best emergency technicians in the University of North Carolina Hospital. McCure started a fundraising campaign to pay Johnny back, and his initial reaction was priceless. And there's a video actually to this, to go ahead and dump in the chat here. So they started a GoFundMe page, and originally the article, now this of the day of this article being written, I don't know where the let's see here. Let me scroll up really quick. This was written 1 week ago, and as of then, now at the time of writing the article being written, it was over $289,687 raised. However, on the actual funding page, they have raised over $395,044 for this man to get his life back on track again, and that is really super amazing.
And just within the last hour, another $40 have been donated.
Let me refresh the page here. Hey, yeah, wow, that's pretty awesome.
That's more than I'll make in a lifetime.
So Lily Lover has a couple comments here. Let's see. It's sad homeless people are one of the kindest in the world. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That is a sad commentary right there. But yes, very true. And Gertrude had a funny comment, right?
Well, you know, maybe I should go out there, act like I'm homeless, give somebody $20 for gas, and see if I can get a GoFundMe page going.
That's terrible.
Lies,
deception. Right. That is really cool. Actually, that really kind of shows that there really is still some good in this world. Honestly. Gertrude, can you check out another link about this? Okay. He can not. Yeah. I think you can actually should be able to whisper Gertrude links. Actually, if you got your whispers turned on, Gertrude.
Yeah, my whispers are turned on. Hey, Olivia Lover, just whisper the link to me.
Yeah, that's really cool that like they've been able to raise so much for this guy. That is really cool. And his reaction was he just was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. He was just very. He was just really, really excited when he realized how much had been raised for him and stuff, and that's really, really super cool. So, yeah, that's good for him. I really hope the best for him. Actually, that he really gets his life back on track and everything goes well for him. I'd love to see this guy come back on top. It's really awesome, but it's also really a sad reminder of a harsh reality that we live in. Unfortunately, this stuff like that, it happens. Mob Farmer says in chat, many people who pretend to be homeless standing by freeways exits have full-time jobs. Many of the people have full-time jobs, and they make more money playing homeless than they do at their day jobs. That is very true. But wow, that is crazy. That's also an unfortunate truth too. But some of them are actually legit. So you never know. Just gonna have to trust that everything will work out okay. So we have one final thing, and this is actually more of a recommended by us sort of a thing. You may have noticed or may have heard, especially those on SoundCloud would definitely hear, that I've been having a little email sound go off, and that's because I have a very cool extension for Google Chrome. This is for all the email people at your workplace. It is called the Checker Plus for Gmail. And basically what it does is it actually will check your Gmail and will actually pop with a little notification and will let you customize all the setting, the sound. I have not had a chance to customize mine, but I do have it installed right now, and I really actually enjoy it. It's quite cool. I can just click this little button and it shows the my email and stuff like that. So if you really want a cool way to check your email, I'll put this in chat for you guys, for those who use email heavily. There you go. It's by Jason Savard, who's known as the Green Programmer, and he also has some other very cool apps as well. He's got calendar, photo, he's got Google Drive, and also webmail ad blocker. So very, very cool. So if you guys want to check it out, recommended by us. Gertron actually told it about me. I thought it was so cool. We threw in the show last minute. So there you go. Something useful to start off your Monday, because this episode will get posted on Monday. It is obviously Saturday, so you can start your Saturday off right by having this extension installed. But yep, that's our last thing.
Yeah.
Gertron.
I will say that as far as the Checker Plus for Gmail goes, I have been using it for like over 5 years. A long time. And it works awesome. Now, some of the features in there you do have to pay for, but it's a one-time deal. I haven't paid for it, but it's okay.
It's okay.
It works still great.
Hey, some free stuff is good, you know? Sometimes you get what you want for free. So, yep, check it out. Mob Farmer's comment is hilarious. Email is dead to me. I get far too much email. It's become pointless. It sucks when machines generate emails. Very true. Spam mail. So, wow, that felt like a long hour. Dang. Thank you guys so much for watching. And also to our SoundCloud listeners, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate your time, and we also appreciate you guys participating in chat as well. Thank you, Zonal and Mob Farmer and whoever else is in chat that I didn't shout out, Hunter, and I know Crabcang was here for a bit, and also a nearby player as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I may do a afternoon stream because I don't have a lot to do today, so I might do that. We'll see. So keep an eye on my Discord and Twitter. You can follow me at Josh_Grid21. Also, you can join us on Discord by doing !Discord in the chat. We can get together with fellow nerdies and gamers and make friends and stuff like that, which I always encourage people to join. Thank you, Gertron, for that link. Appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And until then, we will catch you all next time.
See ya.